Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'll be making for you saltfish fritter. To get this going, I'm putting on some saltfish to boil. You want to boil this at least twice in order to get all the salt out. You can do this from overnight so that it's ready in the morning. For the saltfish fritters, you're gonna need, of course, your flour, and I already measured out 2 cups right there. You're gonna need some baking powder, some onion, tomato. You're gonna need some hot pepper. If you don't want to use hot pepper, you can use cayenne pepper or red pepper flakes. So I cut up my onion right there, my scallion, tomato, and some thyme. Good for seasoning, you're gonna need some garlic powder, black pepper, some seasoned oil, some seasoned salt, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put everything together in here. And of course, this is the saltfish that was boiling. I just pick it up and leave it in some cold water because I don't want it to be too salty. So I'm gonna put everything in here and make my fritters. So I'm gonna go ahead and add everything to my flour. I'm gonna go in with my saltfish first. I'm not putting the pepper yet because I want to cut it up. Time. So I cut up my pepper and I'm thinking this pepper is really hot. So I don't think I'm gonna use the 2-piece that I intended on using. I cut them up real small. If you like spice, you can go ahead and use the amount, but I think that's enough for me. And then I'm just gonna mix this up. All right, maybe I should put my seasoning. And I'm not measuring anything, guys, so that's my black pepper, my garlic powder, baking powder, maybe like a half a teaspoon. I just need a little bit, not even a half, like seriously, like that much. Maybe a little bit more. Some people use curry powder for coloring, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. And as I said before, if you don't have the Scotch bonnet pepper, you can use cayenne pepper or your red pepper flakes. You get the same result. And you don't need salt because the saltfish it's a little salty still, and the seasoning has salt. And you know what? I wish this was some more saltfish because I like when my saltfish is more than my flour because it's saltfish fritters. All right, then you just want to mix this up until it's kind of a thick batter. And you see, so you can see I wanted to use a fork to mix it so it can mix thoroughly. So you see that batter? It's like you're making pancake, but maybe a little thicker. Yeah, that's it. Once my pot is hot, I'm just gonna go in with some rapeseed oil. You can use whatever oil of your choice. So once your oil is hot, you're gonna take your spoon and you're just gonna drop them in. And be careful, don't get burned. And you can make them however big or however small you want them. And I'm gonna turn my flame down because you don't wanna cook them too fast. And you just allow these to cook and then you turn them to the next side. You don't want to crowd your pot either. So yeah, I'll be back. So I think it's about the time to turn these. About that time, I think these are done, so I'm going to take them out. And this is where I'll do a taste test to see if there's anything else that's needed. You don't have to if you trust your judgment, but this is where you could do that. And remember, these are hot, so don't burn yourself trying to taste it before you put your next batch in, okay? Looking good, looking good. And when you're dropping them in, you have to be swift. You want to be careful not to burn yourself though, but because it's runny, you don't want it to start falling all over the place before it gets the pot. So you want to be swift about it. See what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. So by now you get the drift. You just keep frying until all your batter is done, or if you just want to fry a few and then you can store your batter in the fridge. And I'm thinking you can store this up to a week. Just make sure it's closed tightly and you just fry as you need it, because you might not need all that amount, but you know, I was frying for a few of us, so I did all my batter. But you can keep that batter in your fridge up to a week before it goes bad. One of the reasons why I do like to cook with healthier oils is the fact that, especially like saltfish fritter, it does soak up a lot of the oil. So you cannot fry this in shallow oil. You kind of have to, you do need a lot of oil. But what I normally do before I do eat them is kind of squish them in some paper towel to get some of the grease out, because they do soak up a lot of oil. So this is not something that you can have regularly. Okay, and you can have it for breakfast, for lunch, or even for your dinner. You know, one of those Saturday evenings when you don't feel like cooking, yeah, So this was one of those evenings. So this is my last batch. This is the last of it. So I'm just gonna finish frying these up, and then this is the end result. Let me tell you, these are smelling so good. All the flavors just came together, and my kitchen smelled divine. I love that word. But I had so much fun making these, and everybody had so much fun enjoying them. I just served them up with some fried plantains. Let me tell you, try them, let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. I love you guys to the moon and back. Mwah! Walk good.